Okay, this is Mr. Peterson, and I'm going to be showing you the first 16 problems here of the review. Now, you should know that these examples are not the same as the review problems, so you'll have to do your review on your own, but I've got some that are pretty close matches. Okay, we're going to start with this first equation here, and it's given in vertex form. So if you take the opposite of the h value, you'll see it right here, and the k value, you can find the vertex right away. The middle of this thing is at 3, 9. Let me get that done a little better here. 3, 9. And you can see that vertex right there at 3, 9. Okay, then you can use your calculator. You go to the y equals key, put in the equation, and then go to your table of values and fill in the numbers to the left and to the right of that vertex. So to the right, you're going to go x equals 4, 5, and 6. And then to the left, 2, 1, and 0. And your table of values starts at 0. And if you type that in and go to your table, you'll get negative 9. That's this one right here. And at 1, it goes 1, 1, 2, 7. And then you see the symmetry you're expecting on the other side, 7, 1, and negative 9. If you don't see the symmetry where we got matching values on either side of that vertex, then in all likelihood you've got the wrong vertex. Okay, now let's answer these questions. The vertex is at 3, 9, so I'm going to indicate that it's a vertex with a V there, 3, 9. The axis of symmetry is a vertical line that goes right through that vertex, right like that. And its equation always starts with x equals. Don't forget that. You're going to use this h value right here, so x equals 3. The k value there, that 9, is the highest in this case, the parabola's maximum height. So that k equals 9 is the highest this parabola gets to. The domain. The domain is all the x values that are possible on this side, and since there's nothing to prevent us from putting any number at all in there, you can see this thing goes forever to the right and forever to the left. These domains are always the same on a parabola. This is the only answer you'll put for domain. All real numbers. The range is a set of y values, and this one has y values that get as high as 9 but then go below that. So the y values such that the y values are less than or equal to 9. And then the y-intercept, you can see it down here, but you can also see it right there. The y-intercept is 0, negative 9. Okay, so next problem, similar to that. And you can see I've done some of the work here. So let me indicate what I've already done here. First, you're going to find h, and you use the little formula, the opposite of b, there's b, and you put its opposite in, over 2 times a, 2 times 2 in this case, and that gives you this h value. Then you go 3 to the right of negative 3 and 3 to the left of negative 3, and go to your y equals key and key that in and go to your table of values to get these. You can graph it, and then you can answer all these questions over here on the side. The vertex is at negative 3, negative 8. And the axis of symmetry is x equals, we'll look right here when we do that. It's always the h value. I'll draw it right here. Here's the line x equals negative 3. And you can't just say negative 3 there. You have to say x equals. That's the proper way to do a vertical line. This vertex is at the lowest point, so it's minimum. And that minimum is the actual height of that point, which is down at negative 8. You can see that right there. The domain, we've discussed that already. It goes forever to the right and left and doesn't have any breaks. So all the x values in the world could be plugged into there. The range, the y values, we have a set of y values such that these y values are above -8. And you can see that that thing starts down at -8 and goes upwards. And then we have a y-intercept, you can see it here, of 10. So 0, 10. And you can also see it up there, 0, 10. Okay, I'll do one more like this. This one's graphed already. What I want to point out here is that when there's no x value, you can put your own 0x in there, and that helps you find this h value down here. That h value is a vertex. Looks like I forgot to mark it with a V. And I'll go ahead and transfer that up here quickly. The vertex is at 0, 9. So 0, 9, let's go ahead and graph this. And on either side of it, if you do the number crunching, you go to a height of 7. And then you can see it drops down to a height of 1 here. So it's going to go down to a height of 1 there. And then goes all the way down to -9 on the next round. And these are a little hard to draw, but take your time and do your best. Okay, the axis of symmetry is the center line of this thing. It's actually the y-axis, but we always have to start with x equals, and you can see it up here, x equals 0. But that's the center line right there. It also happens to be the y-axis. The k value here is 9, and that is your highest point on the parabola, so it's a maximum height. The domain is standard for all parabolas, and the range is the y values that are below 9 or equal to 9. And the last thing is the y-intercept. That's also 9. So we go 0, 9 is that point right up there where it hits the y-axis. It also happens to be the vertex. Okay, so that does it for the first part of the review, and I'll pick up on a separate video with these problems.